the second time Disney doesn't have their trams operating. And when we went to Hollywood Studios, it wasn't a big deal because we weren't parked too far away. But both at Magic Kingdom and here at Animal Kingdom, we had to park so far away, and it's got to be like maybe a half mile or something to get from where we parked to into the park. It's really kind of dirty not to run the trams to save a little money. Oh, it's frustrating. Here we go.
That's the best 4D show that I've experienced.
Definitely.
Like, better than Shrek.
Way better.
Way better than the Muppets. That was just pure fun.
It was really fun. Really cool things that none of the other shows have done too. Like they talk about before you get to leave, they say stay seated and let all the cockroaches or whatever leave first. And like it actually moves in your seat, like you can feel them crawling by. Like that's definitely unique. And the spiders that came down were pretty sweet.
Yeah. And just the whole time, everybody was just having a blast. Like all the kids and the adults were just laughing and screaming. And
they were laughing hysterically.
So that was like pretty fun to like experience. Like when everybody around you is having so much fun and
yeah, for
changes
sure.
the whole experience and just makes it so much better. So
that
was great.
We're off to a good start for the day.
Take what you brought.
That was obviously one of my favorite rides as a kid, and it's one that I remember really well. But one thing that I thought was different is the dinosaurs seemed to be darker, like not as well lit when you drove past them, which Kaylee thought made it scarier. And
It did make it scarier.
I kind of wanted to see them more.
Yeah.
But there was one moment when the Carnotaurus comes out and there's like a strobe light effect and he's already moving, and it was like, oh,
I actually screamed in that one.
But that's a really fun ride.
The effects are really cool on that one too. It sort of feels like you're actually being taken through time and then back in. It's pretty cool.
And the animatronics make me wish that the ones on the Jurassic Park River Adventure were better.
I was thinking the same thing.
Okay, you can go to sleep.
Oh my goodness.
You're really cute.
We're at Restaurantosaurus, and we got a Chipotle Impossible Burger with some kind of like pepper jack, vegan cheese, and fries. The Christmas music is absolutely terrible, but this is like a roadside attraction part of Dinoland USA, which will hopefully be going away soon. They're already tearing down this little wild mouse coaster that used to be back there. And this just doesn't match with the rest of the park.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado con el cinturón de seguridad ajustado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del dinosaurio. Cuide a los pequeñitos. Gracias. Riders in the front row can use their lever to fly higher or lower.
We're stuck in having to listen to Mariah Carey. There's nowhere we can even go. thrilling. It was like we were stuck in a Christmas land of horrors with nowhere to go. Kaylee liked it, I'm sure.
I had fun. Oh. Wow.
They do. Females burrow, actually really long nails. Small reptiles
Look at that tongue go.
each other.
He's just soaking up the sun.
There you go, looking at lion-tailed macaques. There's 3 sisters in here. This is a species you'll find in the map.
We'll go see the tiger.
Wow.
Most of the small bats will be insectivores, with the exception of
Swish and flick.
it's like a cat, huh? Remember when our cat would do that like?
Yeah. Hi. Are you looking at us? Oh, hello. Oh my god, look at how small the head is.
Welcome.
They're all different.
This is our 3rd day at Disney. We've ridden, what, probably 24 rides at least? And like the first time that there's actually been thrills,
That's
like
my
real
fa-
thrills on a ride.
That's not my favorite.
It was so cool. A little short, but like there's a lot of positive G's around corners and stuff, which is like the first time we felt anything like that at
Yeah.
Disney.
The Yeti like was so scary. I didn't understand what was going on. I just kept screaming and screaming because he was just like there's a strobe light that goes on him, so he's just like this hairy like monster that you can't really get a good look at, and it's so scary.
I had my hands up, and then like when we passed the Yeti, I was like, oh. Like I kind of pulled my hands back like you might bite him or something.
Yeah, that was the most fun I've had on a ride since we've been here at Disney. So.
Yeah, good coaster.
What does it look like?
Over here.
Look at their ears. Look at their wiggles.
standing guard.
All right, Orson.
Look at the baby over here. It's a little baby. So cute.
Those two are just fighting.
This one's digging, look.
I like how they were fighting.
Very active.
They are.
Is that funny? Munchy.
One of them has. You start in a family group always, and then it has been a dad, and his son is in there with them. The other
They
three
move
are
at the same time. It's like it's.
So for us, it depends on
It's really hard to see like beings that look so close to us, like so closely related, like just behind glass, and we're just staring at them and they're staring back at us. And
Yeah.
it's like a really conflicting feeling because it feels so cool to be that close to them, but then so like it feels so wrong to hold them, in a space like that. But I know that also that there's a lot of places in the world that would take a lot worse care of them than they do here, but it's still hard to see, but also amazing to see at the same time.
It's crazy to see, like, to look in their eyes, and it's just so human. It's just, they're so smart and they're amazing. Yeah, it's crazy.
Like some of the apes that we were looking at earlier, like we were watching them and then they were all standing up there and watching us too at the same time. Like they must be just fascinated with us the same way that we're fascinated with them. It's a weird feeling.
That was gorgeous, and it had probably one of the best animatronics I've ever seen.
I've never seen Avatar, so it didn't mean a whole lot to me, but it was like really pretty. It was kind of like a version of like Under the Sea or any of the dark rides that we did at Magic Kingdom, but more immersive and much better done, maybe for more adults, less cartoony.
I think what's really cool about it is, like, in the movie, you get to experience that world because it's such a long movie, and so you're just in like all the different magical areas, and like the night scenes with all the plants lighting up was like one of the coolest things that I remember. So it's like you get to experience that, which I think is really cool.
For about 90 seconds.
It's not very long.
And then there's no there's no real point to the ride. You just kind of go through it and then it's done. I'm glad we didn't have to wait like a really long time. It said it was going to take like 65 minutes and it maybe took 25, 30.
Yeah, it wasn't long at all.
Rarely seen. Both the males and the females will have those curved back horns. That'll help them navigate through the thick brush of the forest without becoming tangled. About 30 minutes.
So they're like the opposite cats.
Now, over here to the right, you can see these drops from exhaustion. They have about an 80% success rate when it comes to hunting. That's compared to only about a 30% success rate for live. Born, you're just going to see a couple more giraffes up here as well to the left. When a giraffe is born, they're going to be about 6 feet tall, and they will drop 6. A couple more of these white-bearded wildebeest, anywhere between 500 to 1,000. They are one of the top 10 fastest land animals and can run between 55 and 60 miles an hour. With running start, they could jump over this. Up ahead as we pass by, you're going to see the really small giraffe. That's Humphrey. Humphrey was born right here on the reserve about the middle of June. So he's a bit gray. It's because they won't reach that full pink coloration until they're about 2 years old. Get that coloration from there, 4,000 and 5,000 pounds. And sadly, just like the black rhinos, they are often poached for their horns. However, they can only maintain that speed for a couple hundred yards before they tend to get to protect the pride. You can hear a lion roar up to 5 miles away.
Oh no, there's a male lion up there too.
Cool. Satu'li Canteen, so we got rice bowls with crunchy tofu and some slaw rice, and this is like a vinaigrette. I forgot what kind of vinaigrette it is, but it looks really good. I got a sangria with blue curacao.
And I got a grog. Somebody's grog, I don't know. Something Pandora. Something Avatar.
Something Avatar.
Looks tasty anyway.
It's the second best Disney meal we've had. It's very good. Lots of really good flavors and textures. It doesn't beat the hummus and the pita bread that we had at Galaxy's Edge, because that was just top notch.
Yeah, this is good. It's spicy. It's definitely like vinegary with that vinaigrette on there. But it's kind of like a familiar flavor combo with a couple of things that are unfamiliar, and I feel like that fits the aesthetic of the land quite well.
Times as I've seen Avatar and how I wanted to ride a Banshee, and I finally got to, I'm like geeking out inside.
That was like awesome, like the best simulator I've ever been on. I mean, just the technology was awesome without even knowing anything about the movie. It's so cool.
It's so incredible. Puts you right there, and you physically like feel like you're on a Banshee.
You're on like a bike, and it like breathes and blows wind in your face.
Rumbles and
yeah.
Oh, it's amazing.
Really cool. And it was what, 4.5 minutes long?
Yeah, it's a great length of a ride, so you get like the full experience and times where it slows down, and oh, it's so good.
That was killer. This whole area doesn't really translate on camera because it's really dark, but everything's glowing and in black lights and feels like it's just come alive at night. So cool.